Hi, this message is for Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, David Cameron, George Osbourne and The Economist. Basically, I agree with you guys, or have agreed with you guys, on pretty much everything you've ever done. Except one thing. That Britain should stay in the EU. You are so wrong, and let me explain why. I'm an Englishman who's lived in Virginia for 15 years, Sweden for 6, Spain for 4, Germany for 7. I'm now back in the UK. Now you guys are obviously totally unaware of the extent to which UK sovereignty has been ceded. In 1975, this country voted to join the European Economic Community, not the United States of Europe. Each year, 2,500 new laws are passed down from Europe that the UK has to implement with very little choice. Now, in the UK, checks and balances between the three branches of government are not very good. Even worse is the fourth estate in this country. There's no essential freedom of the press in order to check and balance the other three branches of government. Okay, that is an issue. Now, in the EU, there's even less than there is in the UK. That's not right. Imagine the United Nations passing 2,500 new laws every year that America had no choice but to follow. Absolutely inconceivable. So now, given the difficulty that the US has interpreting the laws in one language, imagine the different interpretations in all the various languages that they've been translated to in Europe. If the United States of Europe is to be a reality, there needs to be one language, legal and official. Is it going to be English? Would have to be. 2. How do we reconcile UK's common law system with the rest of Europe's Napoleonic system of law? Doesn't work. 3rd, Europeans do not have a common heritage, culture or history. What do Europeans know about Henry II and Thomas à Becket? What happened in 1215? Does anybody in Europe know? They have no idea. We don't know the detail about their countries either. We don't have the same heritage, culture, history, language. There really is no alternative but for the UK to leave the EU. I'd ask you 5 guys, Obama, Clinton, Cameron, Osbourne and The Economist, to go away, do your research and deal in actual facts. Basically, once you've considered those facts, I expect, hopefully, one or maybe all of you to change your opinion before the referendum and issue a statement to such effect. There's no alternative. Europe needs reform. The only way it's going to happen is by the UK leaving. Chances are it still won't happen. In which case, probably Sweden and Denmark should follow as well. In a couple of years' time, if Europe doesn't reform, that would be good. Europe, EU, the United States of Europe, does not work, will not work. It's not democratic. It's a threat to democracy in the Western world. I'm actually very disappointed. The Stay in Europe campaign in Britain, as far as I can tell, has one argument. Our economy will be worse off. And the President of America has said that we'll be at the back of the line, queue, when it comes to negotiating a trade agreement. And that will mean the end of our economy. Absolute rubbish. Countries trade without a trade agreement. What is a trade agreement? Do we have one currently? Does Europe have currently one with the US? No. Do we trade? Yes. It doesn't make a difference. Even if it takes 10, 15 years to negotiate a trade agreement. What is a trade agreement? A bunch of politicians sitting around discussing, signing some piece of paper that at the end of the day makes hardly any difference to entrepreneurs, businessmen and businesses, because they have to just get on with life in the meantime anyway. Who cares? We survive without one. We don't need one. Is that the only argument you've got as to why Britain should stay in the EU? As far as I can make out, it's the only one I've heard, and it doesn't hold water. Please, give me some hard facts. The only other fact I've taken or heard that appears in the government's £9 million brochure to stay in is a fact that roaming charges on your mobile phones will be cheaper if we stay in the EU if you go abroad and call. Okay, well, this is my first ever posting to YouTube, and hopefully you've enjoyed it, and I guess maybe subscribe, because I'll probably be making some more now. This is too much fun. By the way, I'll be repeating this YouTube video in Swedish, Spanish and French. So expect that. Might take me a little while to get organised, but it'll happen, and I'm sure there'll be more. Thank you very much for listening.